Hello everyone, we're going to get into a little bit of amalgamation of beat 'em up brawlers, hack and slash games. I mean, awesome sauce here. But in any case, many of you might look at like top 10 beat 'em up games, and they almost always consist of the same contingency plans of games such as Konami's Simpsons, Konami's TMNT, then Capcom's games such as Tower of Doom and Shadow over Mysteria. I mean, we're not going to really go into the nitty-gritty of these well-known games. I mean, these are well-documented. Everybody knows about them. And people obviously know about stuff such as Irem's Ninja Baseball Batman and Konami's Metamorphic Force. I mean, these are all common denominators of the beat 'em up genre, and of course, everything's also compared to Streets of Rage and Final Fight. It's like when you do like an action movie, it's compared to Mission Impossible or like a James Bond movie. I mean, these are all comparisons. Oh, that band sounds like Rush. I mean, there's always like a lowest common denominator, like a B movie plan here. But we're gonna move into the IGS, which is awesome stuff here, and this is the follow-up part where the Atomic Wave games, to of course the original Neo Geo, they consider it kind of obsolete and want to move on to better hardware. But as far as I'm concerned, Neo Geo CD never ever got obsolete. They're so incredible, and even some of these special nifty effects here, like the fire, it reminds me of like Salamander 2 when you're in space. It has the flames, even like Gradius 5 and such. We're gonna do two-player mode actually here. This game is absolutely incredible. If you see me showcase this like last year, it is running way better. We're doing Flycatcher Extreme maps, a little bit of a boost to performance and speed here. But yeah, they did a tremendous job on the follow-up hardware here. We have games like Knights of Valor 7, Fist of the North Star, and of course we have games such as Metal Slug 6. And these are damn awesome games. And love these like theatrical 3D style environments here. And speaking of stuff like Netflix and stuff, what have you guys been watching recently? I finished up like WandaVision on Disney Plus, and I did a little bit of kind of like a cross reference onto some of the comic books and the storyline, just like I did when we had like Venom and Spider-Man, you know, the separation anxiety. I like to do a little bit of research and see if they go through the alternate timelines like they would with something like Highlander 2 with Sean Connery, which is considered non-canon, even though Sean Connery's great in everything. I mean, everything he's in is awesome. This game's playing great here, but I'm really interested in how they played out the end of WandaVision. I'm not going to spoil it, obviously. I don't want to spoil any of it for you guys. You guys haven't seen it yet, but I'm looking forward to watching Falcon and the Winter Soldier next, and hopefully Phase 4 of this is going to be as awesome or grandiose, in fact, as the incomparable Infinity War saga and all that fun stuff. I've seen all the 20 plus movies in the MCU, probably like the Ant-Man and Wasp, and of course Captain Marvel was the final two. And another superhero movie-wise, I liked Shazam movie as well, and obviously Shazam is actually Captain Marvel, but it'd be a little bit odd having two movies named Captain Marvel at the same time, one for like DC and one for Marvel. But this is Knights of Valor 7, pretty damn awesome game, two-player mode activator. And again, this is on that follow-up Neo Geo hardware, Atomic Wave, and we're running Flycatcher Extreme. We're going to move on to another game here. This is a game that I ran a few years ago, and I've been doing what I could to get this run even better for this update. And I love the graphical style of this. It kind of reminds me of like some of those games like that Rare made, like Donkey Kong Country, with that mind-blown, like almost like claymation-style graphics. And you see what I mean here. This game used to stutter so bad and have abysmal performance and anxiety issues as far as speed and such. But like I said, we can easily get into doing TMNT and Armored Warriors and Battle Circuit and all these games by Capcom all day long, or some of the Konami games. But I want to get into some of the title games and other company games that people don't really know about. And let's get into some of this fun stuff here. And this is such a cool game, and I love fighting games. I mean, obviously, if we're playing Streets of Rage and Final Fight, they're like literally just side-scrolling, beat-em-up games, but they're awesome games. But games like this, they introduce stuff such as set pieces. I'm talking like environmental things that change. I mean, surprises. Like even Mighty Number 9, even though it's considered a travesty to the Mega Man legacy, it has environmental things like 3D foreground fallen planks and all kinds of girders and stuff. It's so awesome. I mean, you'll see what I mean here when I get to the action here. Oh yeah. These graphics are so awesome. I mean, literally, like, it reminds me of your typical Rare game. And there are there we go, our environmental things right there. That is so damn kick-ass. And this game is pretty cool because it's almost like an earlier Fable in essence, where you can actually be a risk-reward system for, right there. See that woman there? I didn't do it that time, but you can actually should we say, orphan child. The woman is carrying her child to safety. You can actually kill the woman and orphan the child. And it's pretty brutal as far as the morality clause there, just like in Fable and such. And I'm gonna have a few more morality clauses here. Like we're gonna run into, spoiler alert, Bambi and his mother as well. And look at these awesome graphics there. This is so cool. I love games like this, almost like Claymates. And again, this reminds me so much of like the Claymation style. And I can build up my magic, and these characters have some incredible magic, just like Golden Axe. But yes, Knights of Valor 7 and Crystal Dragons, two awesome games here. And we'll do a couple more games after this. You can see the performances run way better than ever before this. And again, I'm doing 2-player mode activate. We're going to get into some more stuff here. And like I said, it's real easy to rely on the classic list. I mean, like even Rare made Battletoads Arcade, Battletoads, and of course, like, Battletoads and Battle Maniacs for Super Nintendo. I mean, these are awesome games, but everybody knows about them. But how many of you know about Crystal Dragons? You probably are unaware of it. It's an awesome game, though. And we'll get into a few more games. I'm going to get into another game that has really cool graphics, like this next. We're going to get to a little mini boss here. Okay, I'm ready. I got some magic here, and obviously, just like Golden Axe, you can get your magic up to a max meter and get some really nifty things, but I'm just going to use my magic as is here. There's a magic thing right there. I kind of like to have the full magic if I can. Well, let's try to use our magic here. Bam! Magic and hack and slash. And usually the game would slow down to a crawl when you even attempt to use magic. Oh, this kind of reminds me of like Tony Jaa movie, The Protector. This is like he got, spoiler alert, his elephant back, and the elephant's a badass now with armor on it. And speaking, like I said, of Netflix, I'm watching the Chappelle Show. Really interesting story about how he had kind of terms of agreement issues with the original people about his monetary compensation from DVD sales and all that. And then Netflix had it on there, and he politely asked them to remove it. And then somehow the show got back on there, so I have a feeling that he worked out an agreement to his satisfaction. But the show was a very interesting, no holds barred show. I mean, humor like that just doesn't exist nowadays anymore in this politically correct environment. You can't get away with the type of humor that was in that show back in the day. A fun show nonetheless, and even like shows like Always Sunny in Philadelphia, South Park, they inexplicably, as time progressed, they just simply could not get away with that humor anymore. Even go back to movies like Half Baked, which is a really cool movie also with Dave Chappelle. Fun stuff. I mean, the type of humor that you have in some of these offensive humor, they just don't do them anymore nowadays. But win-win game here. We'll do a little bit of the second stage here just to see what's like, and then we'll move on to some more games. And again, speaking of set pieces, I have a perfect game that had a pretty, should we say, mundane port to home consoles. We're going to play the arcade version of it, which is far superior next. We're going to do that next. This is so cool. This looks like a kid straight out of the Marvel universe that would go up against like a magician-style character. Think of the magician I'm thinking of that would go up against Doctor Strange that looks like this. Or it'd be like Mandrake the Magician, something like that. Running pretty damn awesome, though. I want to try to get my magic up to full power here, just so you can see that at least. Oh, this is so damn cool. So we're going to try to get my magic meter for Lustro Furry up to full blast, because he's got some incredible magic here. And he has a magic spell, which is kind of similar to Golden Axe. You'll see what I mean once we get it. We have some fairies here. Okay. Little familiar characters. These are always helpful in games like this. We got them slugs from out of this world. I'd rather not use my magic yet, though. I want to be able to get my magic up for the boss battle. Hopefully I can conserve my life enough to get full magic here. Oh, this is so cool, though. Definitely a great 2-player mode activate game. And again, I'm playing this by myself right now with one single controller via the input hotkey binds. We got this. Come on, magic. I don't think his magic's gonna go up. We'll try, though. Give me some magic. Okay. The ever classic, elevator levels, like in TMNT, all that fun stuff. We got our Prana, and remember Prana in games like Ninja Gaiden Black? The Ghost Prana were so irritating to deal with. Oh, jeez. I just want to get my magic up to full power here. We got some reject character design from Metamorphic Force. Now, it's really interesting though how you'll see like kind of inspiration and a lot of current stuff in games like this. I mean, it almost looks like the background to like Apocalypse Now. Okay, I think I should be able to get at least magic up for Long King at least. I was kind of hoping to get Lustro Furious magic up. This right here definitely reminds me of like the Masters Universe open board game. And I bounced because I was drinking a Coke while I was doing a video. I apologize. Okay. Crystal up. And you'll see you can actually like have like karma up or down, so to speak, depending on if you do good or bad deeds. Like if you desecrate like a grave or such, you're gonna have it go down. Come on, magic. This really does feel like an open board game. I mean, you can see the inspiration for these type of games in open board all the way. Okay, now obviously we need to do two-player mode activate, and you have to fight over potions and such. That's never fun. Have you ever played like a game like where somebody drops loot, like enemies drop loot, and then you're literally fighting over the loot and such? I usually, when I'm playing like multiplayer with somebody, I always let the person with me do it. Look at this here. Oh, crazy. I'm hoping I can get my magic up though. I want to do like a full magic attack. Taking out somebody's enemies will increase my magic too. So let's do that. Okay, I don't want to use my magic yet. I'm hoping to boost it up a little bit more. Oh, that sucks. We'll use the female character. Why not? Come on, Long King. I keep thinking of Liu Kang. Mortal Kombat too easy to say. This is insane. Okay. Oh, his magic's getting close to being full. Come on, almost. A little more magic. There we go. You ready? You ready? Let's do this. Bam! I was kind of hoping to do the other character's magic though. Oh, we got shit killing Kazam going on there. Oh, this is sweet as hell. We're gonna move on to another game next, so we're gonna do another set piece game. Let's take out the serpent real quick. But Crystal Dragon's running way better than ever before. We're gonna move on to my playlist there. We're gonna do a game called Growl. And like I said, it has amazing set pieces. And another brawler game that I'm a fan of, and a little bit of a spoiler alert, Splatterhouse. There's a little play, like an Easter egg, with Splatterhouse in this game where you literally have like the character, aka Jason Voorhees, pop out of the sky out of nowhere and take you out. It is so absolutely crazy when he pops into the game. Let's try this real quick. Okay, two-player mode activate on this as well. Really cool game though, and just love the set pieces here. It's almost like a beefed up POW game. And POW is a pretty badass game as well. Look at these weapons. Oh yeah! This is so cool. If Indiana Jones ever had a brawler game, it'd be like Uncharted and Indiana Jones together. Okay, we got this. These set pieces are just absolutely amazing, and it really just plays into some awesome artistic design here. You see what I mean? We're gonna do a few more games like this, and of course, like I said, I mean, there is gonna be at least one common game in my list because probably my favorite beat 'em up brawler game of them all is Double Dragon, and we're gonna be running it in a very special way because if you've ever played the arcade version, you might notice that the game actually has tremendous slowdown, freezes, lags, and it doesn't on MAME 2003 Extreme. Let's say this lion here. Oh yeah. Remember that one movie about the, I'm trying to think of what the name of the movie was called again, but it was a pretty badass movie about a killer in the countryside, like in French 1800s or 1700s, should I say. And spoiler alert, it turned out that it literally wasn't a monster, it was just a lion. It was so damn awesome. Oh, I love this. We're getting to a little bit more of a set piece here. Really cool music as well. And what is the last thing you've been watching? Like I said, I did finish up WandaVision and very interested. And I'm kind of hoping to get into like more like a Phase 4 thing with Marvel to the degree that we've already had in our Avengers Infinity War. I mean, them movies were just absolutely incredible and just so well designed. Like I said, I've seen all the 20 plus Marvel movies all the way up to them, and it was just cool as hell. So let's get into a little bit more here. Oh, okay. Yeah, like I said, a little bit of a spoiler alert here. Like, Jason Voorhees just randomly pops out of the sky in one of these stages here. It's so crazy that it happens. And I'm going to show you another example of, like, Easter egg in one of these games. I mean, oh, look at it. That was awesome. And, like, I love when they do crossovers. Like, they did Freddy vs. Jason. That was an amazing crossover. But if you ever read the comics, they also did, like, Ash and Chucky as a crossover against Freddy vs. Jason. And they've even done stuff like Alien vs. Predator versus Batman. I love this stuff. And you can even see, like, a little fan-made YouTube movie where they do Alien vs. Predator vs. Batman. It is so cool. Oh, we need a little continue here. Yeah, keep playing. Then we got our whip from Indiana Jones there. We need a whip. There we go. A little bit of Indiana Jones action. And this is such a sad port for Mega Drive. I don't know if it was a rush job or it was the limitations of hardware, but they literally cut back on this in such a bad way. It's almost like when you take Data East, Bad News, and play the main version. It is far superior to the NES version, which has tons of flicker, slowdown and such. But still, for the time, it was a great port. I love playing the hell out of it with my friends. And look at it, there's literally no slowdown despite the number of enemies on screen. But definitely check out Growl, because once you get a few stages in, there are some incredible set pieces. Let's see what else we have here to play arcade-wise. We're going to do this game called Vendetta for a moment. Let's go to my low-content Star Trek 3 dummy. We'll go to the main beat-em-up folder. Beat-em-ups, and we're going to do Vendetta. And for those of you who aren't familiar with this, it's actually a follow-up to Crime City. Okay, let's check this out real quick. Same core. And it's kind of cool because they have a certain character in this game who is, they were not able to license him, but it is clearly and most obviously him, as you will see in a moment here. But awesome game here. Hawk, the former professional wrestler. Who's that look like it is? Oh, jeez. You're going to know exactly who I'm talking about once we start the game here. Tell me that it isn't Hulk Hogan from No Holds Barred and WWF and standing with muscles and all that fun stuff. He even has, like, look at that elbow drop. Oh, this is so cool. Such a cool game. It's simply called Vendetta, but yes, we got literally Hulk Hogan in this game. Well worth the ticket and price of admission here. And I literally just picked up Streets of Rage 4. Like I said, I'm thoroughly impressed. It has Yuzo Koshiro and other famous composers from some of these games, like Streets of Rage, doing them, and it's so awesome. Okay. Like I said, I love when the characters from all the games turn up in these games. I'm going to give you an example of this next here because I was doing a little bit of a playtest on one other game, and I'm talking about widescreen, like open bore here. This is cool as hell, because wait till you see what I'm talking about here. You're going to be like, holy crap! Just check it out for yourself here. It's like one of those things, like if you go back and watch like an older movie and see like a more current actor, take like an earlier movie like School Times with Brendan Fraser, you'll see Philip Seymour Hoffman in the movie, and even like Matt Damon. I mean, this is kind of a thing like that. We're going to see a Star Wars character. I went to the wrong folder, sorry. We're going to see a Star Wars character in this great title game called Ninja Warriors. It is a great side-scrolling game. It also has an incredible soundtrack, but there's a specific enemy in this game, which is straight out of the universe of the Star Wars legacy. And I'm going to show you what I mean right when it gets to it. But so far, we got some great games. I mean, awesome stuff here. Notice the Brawler 7, Crystal Dragons, Vendetta. I mean, these are all incredible games. And love this widescreen here. And I'm going to show you another widescreen game that also thoroughly impressed me with its awesomeness. And these remind me quite a bit of open war games. Okay? Okay, also, this is such a cool game, a great two-player multiplayer game, but wait till you see the enemy that's going to pop up on the screen here, maybe like a click or two away from me, you'll see what I mean. And Taito makes such awesome games. Love these widescreen games, including like Darius and such, but I'm going to show you another one that's lesser known. Next, another hack and slash brawler style game. But we got to get to the Star Wars character, who just happens to be in this game, and I kind of think that loosely, whoever made the Star Wars character that I'm thinking of had to have played this game sometime in the past. And it's ridiculous when you see him. You'll see in a moment here. Okay. Just a fan of this. I also like the Super Nintendo version, and there's also a Japan-only TurboGrafx CD version. Is that a DeLorean in the garage there? That is so DeLorean-style looking car. I was like looking at the backgrounds. Look! General Grievous from Star Wars! That's so crazy. Like Star Wars Clone Wars that are going on. And you never really saw General Grievous fight like this, but he did in Clone Wars the animated series. Because he was sickly in the actual Star Wars episode movie. But this is so cool. We literally have General Grievous there. Cool as hell. Tell me I'm wrong. General Grievous for the win. And he's a badass character in Clone Wars. Low content Star Trek 3 dummy. Let's go to some more brawlers here. See what else we have to go here in our beat 'em up legacy here. We got time for maybe a couple more of these real quick. What do we want to do? We can do a really interesting one here called the Gladiator. We're going to run this with FB Neo right now. Here we go. Another great game that's not as well known, but awesome game. I mean, such an incredibly awesome game. Another great two-player. The Gladiator on the PGM Polygon Master hardware here, and made by IGS, the same company made the earlier demonstration game, Knights of Valor 7. So it's so awesome seeing how they came tour de force throughout some of these games they made through their development cycle. And games like this, Legend of Silk Road, Crystal Dragons, are not really well known. We all know about our Streets of Rage and Final Fight, but how many of you have ever heard about the Gladiator? And even if you try looking up Gladiator, you're going to end up finding like the 1984 version, probably more prevalent and commonplace than you would this game here. But this is a really, really cool game, as you will see in a moment here. Let's get this show on the road. Oh, yeah. And we're going to do one more game, like I said. We're going to call this the trilogy of relatively unknown games here. Crystal Dragons, The Gladiator, and Legend of Silk Road. These three games are primarily ones that you must play. Let's do a little bit of two-player mode activate here. Oh, this is such a cool game. Love this. I mean, it really feels like another Knights of Valor game, but with a little bit of a feudal Japan style thing here. Okay. Great music, great gameplay, very Fast and Furious here all the way. Speaking of Fast and Furious, I finally saw the trailer for the upcoming movie. It looks like it's going to be an entertaining movie, to say the least. I even like the Hobbs and Shaw movie too. Kind of hoping they do a follow-up to that. I've actually heard Vin Diesel wasn't really getting along with Dwayne Johnson in more recent times. I'm not sure why, but I would have liked to see them in the movie again. Okay, let's do our magic here and see what kind of special attacks we have. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, this is damn cool as hell. Definitely the type of game that I would waste a whole $10 quarter sleeve off in the arcade to beat. It's so cool. And games like this, and even going back to the arcade and play like TMNT Arcade, Simpsons Arcade, how many games have you literally just put quarter after quarter after quarter in to get to the end of the game? And of course, when you get the Shredder, you probably might spend like $3 on Shredder alone. Okay, we got time for at least one more brawler here. We're going to go to Double Dragon. I'll do that real quick, and we're going to be running this in a very special way with stereo, high-definition audio samples, custom CD soundtrack, and I give personal tremendous thanks to GP-Star81 and Grant2258 and Big Blue Front End. It definitely doesn't get much better than this, folks. This is one of my absolute favorite experiences to play on a Mini Classics to date. And there's so much incredulous amount of work that went into this. We have full stereo, CD, high definition, mode, activate soundtrack samples going into play here. And just listen to this amazing title track for a brief moment here. And for all intents, stakes, and purposes aside here, we're going to be doing the equivalent of playing Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo in the fun Mario Brothers movie. But we're going to be playing as Scott Wolf and Mark the Cascus in Double Dragon mode activate. We're going to take this up to the ante here. We're going to go into two-player mode activate, which I'm going to do with one controller right now. We're going to go to retro settings here. We're going to go to input, hotkey bias for port 2, because I only have one controller right now. And we're going to make this device index the same as my first controller, PlayStation Classic controller. We're going to go back to resume and do two-player mode activate. Now we got Jimmy and Bimby, aka Scott Wolf, and Mark the Cascus. Now we're going to go to cheats. Make sure we push the right button there. Enable cheats, Infinity Lives Player 1, Infinity Lives Player 2, and then we're going to go return to prior menu, exit, and then we're going to make sure we have the punch button here. I'm going to go into input again for hotkey binds for port 1 and 2. Tap up, and we're going to be on turbo here. I want to make it that button, get out of there. Do the same thing on this one, make it this button. And then now we're going to hit Turbo Fire on our punch button for both characters, two-player mode activate with Infinity Lives, with so many incredibly amazing fixes here. Just check it out for yourself here. Obviously, we have the Infinity Lives here. Let's go behind and help them out here. Yeah! And we have Friendly Fire just like we do in Contra. I mean, it's definitely a quarter drainer here. Oh yeah! I just hold the button down and I'll be able to do that turbo punches. That is so awesome. And again, a little bit of foreshadowing there, but yes, it's like Contra, where literally you can be on the right of the screen and make your compatriot perish as a result. I mean, how many times have you stolen lives by doing that? It is so silly. But this game, if you ever tried loading on your Mini Classic, say like a few years ago, it would run very, very slow, freeze, crash, burn. It is running absolutely flawless right now with not even a single hint of slowdown, other than when it changes some of the high definition audio, stereo, CD soundtrack samples, because these are literally 300 megabytes in size depending on which format you run them in. I'm running FLAC right now. These are going to go into the next release here. The Friendly Fire I get accustomed to, but again we're going to go back into the amazing, awesome work of Mark the Cascus. If you don't know who he is, he played the Crow in the TV series, the Stairway to Heaven series. He was also in Hawaii Five-0, and farther back, he played with Scott Wolf and Double Dragon, and he was also in a movie called Drive, which is a little bit like a Rush Hour team-up buddy comedy movie, but with Kadeem Hardison. It was called Drive, like I said, and Kadeem Hardison, the basketball player, Martin Dacascos, the great actor, versatile actor, and martial artist. I mean, for the win there. I would love to see him turn up in a movie like Expendables 1, 2, 3, or even 4. I mean, we need that. We need him. And speaking about Bobble here, Bobble's Big Little Adventure, amazing game. I mean, it took 8 years to make the game, and has a little homage to many NES games, spoiler alert, like Castlevania, Contra, Mega Man, and even Mike Tyson Punch-Out. It's so awesome. And this is so cool being able to run this without the slowdown here. And again, this took so much work to get this. It took almost as much work to get this game up and running without the slowdown and all that as it did as a single one of my releases. And again, the entire premise of the custom CD soundtrack originated with Big Blue Front End, who wanted to have Arcade Final Fight with the Sega CD soundtrack because it was the definitive version of Final Fight, but it needed the amazing Sega CD soundtrack. Okay, but then GP Star took inspiration from that and wanted to have games like Mortal Kombat and Final Fight like this on the Mini Classics with also CD soundtracks, and we had so many issues to contend with at the time. For starters, he wanted to do it with MAME 2014. I didn't think it was a good idea because MAME 2014 is a far slower core than MAME 2003, and I decided we should push this for MAME 2003 and make it MAME 2003 Extreme, and it worked out for the best. To date, this game is running way, way better before, and on top of that, he couldn't even finish the custom CD samples initially because the game had this game-breaking bug where you get to the final boss, and spoiler alert, he shoots his gun, and the moment he shoots his gun, the entire game freezes, crashes, and burns. It was awful, but it is working flawlessly now, and I even applied some slowdown fixes, and thank you, Grant2258 Arcade 2003 for helping out with some of these fixes, because it is running way better than before, and you can even beat the game. I did another video where I actually beat the game too. But listen to the soundtrack here. We have a little bit, this is my creative idea here, to mix it up a little bit of lyrical awesomeness and some guitar tracks. So we have a little bit of like the amazing instrumental style tracks, and then we have vocal tracks like this right here. We got this. Okay. Really digging this soundtrack. It's so damn awesome. And Double Dragon Neon, along with Super Double Dragon, two of my favorite games. I need some help, Scott Wolf. Come on, Mark Dacascos for the win. And another thing that Mark Dacascos was in that you might not be aware of, he was actually in John Wick 3 taking on Keanu Reeves. It was such a fun battle. Okay, we got this. Let's take this dude out so we can actually jump up there. There we go. And I've lost so many quarters playing this game when we get to the bridge in stage 3. I mean, I'm gonna see if I can even get past the bridge in J straight. And it's even harder on the NES version because you gotta push both the attack and punch button in order to jump, so it becomes really, really difficult. Oh, jeez, come on, dude, I'm taking you out. Oh, yeah, and I also like the NES version because she had the level up ability. I mean, it's so weird, almost like a inexplicable thing to have the Atari 2600 version and the 7800 version and even the Sega Master System version have proper two-player mode activates, but this game does not. How ridiculous is that? Still fun though. I mean, this and the NES version are by far my favorite versions to play. And I think, well, that's it for Volume 1 of the fun beat 'em ups that you must try out. If you liked the video, let me know, and I'll do a Volume